Good day, SpeedGaming 3. Welcome to some more Link to the Past Randomizer League Mystery Week. Today we have werfjig from Did You Check Your Boots versus azder from Shack Tools Digging Game. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Willard J. Bradley. How are you doing today, Willard?
I am doing swell. Thank you very much. How are you doing, Tracy?
Doing great. Looking forward to this race. We already know something. We have a couple of things that we can note here. We see the Randomizer telltale sign. Of course, that could be boss enemies. It could be just the enemies. Could be both. And looks like our runners are going to be starting with those boots today.
So we're going to be going real fast, except not too fast, because, you know, with Randomizer, if you're running around without a sword, you're going to run face first into a chain chomp.
You sure are. Those boots, no sword is not always the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, this could be a swordless seed as well, so we might be running without swords for the entire time. But looking forward to figuring out what we got going on today with this seed right here. Hopefully we get something more exciting than, well...
And they do have boots.
And it's Triforce Hunt.
And it's Triforce Hunt. Triforce Hunt with Randomizer. Looks like they need 30 Triforces. And also we're inverted.
And we got some palette shuffle going on the right. So we get two different colors to look at. That'll be not confusing at all. And an active flute. Okay. I feel like activated flute happens far too often so far. But, you know, it's a mystery. There's a glove off a Stumpy.
And we do see our crystals and pendants in the Dark World. Not that that necessarily is going to really matter that much. And a Quake to enter Mire.
Yeah, it looked like we saw Pennant Pod, and I think it was a green Pennant Skull, maybe? It happened very quick.
That's our second Triforce on azder's side. And a sword, so that's nice.
Okay, well, I take it back. Won't be running around without a sword today.
Well azder won't be running around without a sword. We'll see when werfjig gets to that sword. You'll get to there eventually.
So yeah, the nice thing is, despite it being Randomizer, we are still going to be seeing... sorry, got very distracted. There's not going to be any sort of like damage or health shuffles. They'll still be their default stuff.
Right.
So I'm not going to be worrying about getting randomly one-shot by a chicken or something, which isn't possible anyway. But unless you anger them. But we're still wondering about that boss shuffle, which we won't see for a while. Now, we need 30 Triforce pieces to beat the game. But of course, with it being inverted, we also obviously need to get to the light world, because the dude that you turn in the Triforces to is in the light world in front of the castle. And I think this means it's going to be 30 out of 40, or is the number of max Triforce pieces random, like shuffle something?
Yeah, I want to say that's also shuffled, but I don't know. I mean, I saw a 37-piece Triforce Hunt yesterday, so numbers... Yeah, I don't know.
It's plus 10. So there should be 40 Triforce pieces out there, guessing. But we did see a mirror here in
Thieves Town.
So that's nice.
As you're gonna leave Thieves Town, at some point he's gonna need to get those gloves to get his likely to get his light world access. Of course, who knows where those Triforce pieces are gonna end up being. Looks like we don't have any sort of shuffle in terms of keys, at least. At least no indication so far.
Which is good and bad. It's when you know that there's nothing getting shuffled, that means it's a little bit easier to keep track of how many items are in each dungeon. We have the double heart beep on werfjig's side, so that's wonderful. And the only downside about that is that means that there's going to be less possibility or less opportunity for Triforce pieces to be
in dungeons
when there's nothing else getting shuffled out of there. So the real question is, are we going to be seeing a Ganon's Tower at all in this?
Yeah, could happen. We have seen Triforce Hunts with Ganon's Towers and without. Just depends on, really depends on what the access is to Ganon's Tower.
For sure. werfjig using the Death Warp here to farm some bombs up.
Yeah, that's a common use strategy in inverted. Because the game doesn't start you with very many locations that you can actually go to without bombs or like the dig game with rupees or something like that.
This is interesting though. Like a inverted seed with the starting flute kind of gives you, kind of fixes one of the big issues that I think inverted has, and it's about like overworld movement.
Yeah,
I think the overworld is just so slow and inverted. Especially the only thing is like it's more obnoxious in the light world where the flute doesn't work, so maybe that doesn't really help. Also, this room is awful in Randomizer with all the antifairies.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one for him to get through. You should be able to get through it by taking one hit from this one anti-fairy, and then hopefully this next room isn't bad. Okay, this is not terrible.
That Molnar is going to do something. Wait for it. Oh. Good thing.
Well done. Just a key, though. Okay, werfjig going to head over to Hype Cave with those bombs that he farmed. Gets himself a sword and a Triforce piece. And some money. And another Triforce piece. So that's a pretty good Hype Cave.
Yeah, we already got 2 swords available. That's good. So the next thing, I mean, we know the glove is over on Stumpy. We just need to find another glove or the hammer and a moon pearl. And then we can go in the light world and figure out where stuff is. But yeah, look at how Azder's going to spend more time because of that mirror he got out of.
That mirror is pretty huge. Like, he's doing this so much faster. I never would have thought to do that, but that's really smart.
Yeah, and in Triforce Hunt, you gotta save as many seconds as you can, because it's all... doesn't matter. No, I mean, it's good. It's good to save some good time. So, I think we saw... How many items have we seen in Skull so far? I'm curious how many are in the back.
I think we've seen all of them. I don't know. We got any. No, we got a boomerang.
A boomerang. Okay.
A boomerang, and I think that was in the middle chest, if I'm not mistaken, which werfjig didn't get to. Okay, as you're gonna head back to Link's house, which probably means he's gonna do that Hype Cave flave with those bombs.
Oh, there's the mitts. I believe Azder.
No, he didn't get that far.
Didn't get. I remember him dying though. I don't know if he went back in.
Yeah, he did not go back in. Did not get those mitts. But it's not going to open up that much over here, so I suspect he'll get back there pretty soon. He'll get these 2 Triforce pieces. Maybe he'll do Stumpy, which is also a Triforce. Oh no, which is the gloves. Mm-hmm. And then probably head over back to Village of Outcasts and clean up what he hasn't done. Still doesn't have the money for a dig game, so not gonna do that unless he wants to farm up at the. Oh, not gonna do Stumpy yet. Okay, but he is gonna go back over here to Thieves Town. And no, money already.
Just a little short of that money.
Yeah. Oh, so and that right there that Azder could have grabbed, that actually is a 5 rupee would have gotten to the 30 you would need to pay for the chess game.
Money is tight here. I mean, that's why I feel like an inverted, like going for the archery game, if you can, is usually a good idea to farm up money for digging game. I'm pretty sure werfjig didn't even have the 20 rupees when he did that, because I think he did it right off the bat.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the one time I raced an inverted seed, my first 2 pickups were a 10 bomb and 100 rupees. And boy, it made
really
it
nice.
It's really nice.
So we're going to see digging game here soon on werfjig's side. The question is, where's that moon pearl going to be? Is it going to be up on Death Mountain? Is it going to be over in the pod area? Because we do have access to that with the flute.
Could be back at Thieves Town. And, Azder could go straight to the back of this and find out if this is a boss Randomizer. But doesn't. Because if this is boss Randomizer, then you can just go to that boss.
Yeah, you can just walk right in there and it'll be something. Which is kind of nice, because if the items work out in your favor, you could potentially just skip having to do the rest of Thieves Town. And especially in a Triforce Hunt. Except they're looking for a Moon Pearl, so it'd be kind of risky to leave one item behind in here.
Boy, these rooms are just terrible. Almost, the Hellway, the actual Hellway.
The bad one.
Not much better here than normal. Wow.
Yeah, we are still on 3 hearts. I don't think we've seen any heart pieces yet.
Oh, there's that Moon Pearl. Okay. So Azur's
There's
gonna
our
need to
light
get.
world access.
Azur's probably hoping to get some money here at the very least, because then doing that dig game becomes easy.
Yeah, I'd assume he'd probably follow straight south from here, get that moon pearl, and then go to Stumpy for the mitts for light world access.
And unless he gets distracted by something in here, but we'll see.
Like a map. Okay, there's a herb. Okay. Just really wanted to take it out on that Stalfos night. So that means that both of the races between these two teams were Triforce.
That is correct. They had double Triforce hunt for these guys.
I'm honestly gonna be curious to see what numbers we get by the end of this week. How many Triforce hunt races we've seen? Because remember, Triforce hunt is only a 10% chance.
Yeah, feels like it's come up a little bit. Well, I know. It feels like a little more than that.
There's a fire rod. That'll get us in the back of Skull Woods. Quake medallion and our first heart container.
Oh, there's a Triforce. Okay. Okay, so this won't be a complete waste of time. And
yeah.
Well, and without a hammer, we're not going to do the big chest. But chances are it's not a Triforce piece. It's definitely not gloves. Definitely not a hammer. Which are the things that Azure wants the most right now. And takes a death.
And that'll do it. I can't imagine him going back in.
No. There's no reason to go back in.
Also, with the maiden in the cell, that means that boss shuffle is not going to be on.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay. He's heading elsewhere. Is this going to be the... We're going to Death Mountain.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Look at those colors.
I don't understand the aversion to getting Stumpy. Maybe he just wants to route that in with the dig game. It's one of the free items available and early on in Inverted.
It's inverted. There's no good way to route this mode. this unfinished mode that exists for some reason. Oh, this looks like a fun chicken house. No chickens, only thieves.
Okay, no hook shot, so we can't. Oh my god, that Mimic is in such a bad spot.
Oh, there was one chicken.
Oh, and there was a Triforce piece there.
Is he going
to go for the hover? Azur's not great at this, but he's passable. I've got halfway.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, for him that's not bad. It's one of the for Azure, it's one of those things that if absolutely forced to do a hover in GT to win the game, beat the game, he can do it after enough tries. But definitely not something that's easy for him. And another Triforce piece in Super Bunny Cave.
So we're all tied up on Triforce. Well, I take that back. As werfjig pulls the 8th Triforce piece out of the tavern. All right, I gotta assume that this might be.
He's got his flute out.
Oh no! Okay, all right. You just never know. You literally never know until.
Well, I'm pretty familiar with Azure's play, and he'll change his mind pretty quickly on some of these things. And looks like he'll go over to Stumpy here. It looks like, I'm hoping, and they'll see if he decides to farm some money to go do the dig game.
Yeah, he's gonna have to if he wants to get into the light world.
I don't think you can possibly. Yeah, at some point you have to get into the light world in this. There's just not enough dark world access at the beginning of the game to do otherwise.
Yeah, and also he can't even go to pod because he doesn't have any money. So
yeah, exactly.
He literally has to.
Okay, here we go.
There's nothing he can do.
Meanwhile, we're gonna get a Smith turn in from werfjig. Okay, now he's got the 80 for the dig game and does get all 5 shots off. If you know the timing for the arrow game, it's not too bad.
Yeah, if you set up right beside the NPC there on the left and shoot at it at a certain moment every time, and it's always going to land only for the first 3 games. On the 4th attempt, the 4th time you run the game, the lineup doesn't work anymore, so you got to reset. Or you could just be a gamer and hit the same one all 4 times or 5 times.
Yeah, I've seen it done.
Get all the money in the world.
Okay, now Azure gets his Moon Pearl, so he'll head over to the Light World. Probably going to pick up most of the pieces that werfjig picked up. Might be a little bit longer before werfjig gets into Thieves Tower, possibly if at all.
Yeah, this is where inverted mode starts to get a little bit interesting. A little more interesting, I'd say, just because when you have Light World access, you can kind of go any sort of way. Like, the chances of both... I mean, both players going straight to Kakariko is probably the best play because it's the highest density check once you get into Light World. But then after that, it's...
Yep. Then it's more varied. Lots and lots of choices.
It's a very lavender Kakariko. It's kind of nice. It's kind of pretty.
Interesting.
Very
they've definitely improved the palette swaps from before, make it a lot easier to see. Although this dark cave is pretty dark.
Yeah, this isn't even like the new palette swap that's coming out in the next version, which is even more wacky in a good.
Nice fire bars.
Now we're in Pokemon. Boy, I wonder where we're gonna get our remaining 21 Triforce pieces, Tracy. I cannot wait to find out.
We're gonna find out. 21 on werfjig's side, 22 on Azure. Azure gonna get a bunch in Kakariko, and Me Moldorm almost. Yeah, I was gonna say Me Moldorm probably has one because it's got 5 checks.
So getting some more health, which is nice. Yeah, I think the 2 that I can think of that Azure has that werfjig doesn't is the one in the back of Thieves, and I think it was the one up in Hookshot Cave or Super Bunny, one of the 2.
Yeah, no, was there 2? No, there was one in Super Bunny for sure. Hookshot Cave had something, but I don't think it was a Triforce piece.
Oh, there's an Octorok underneath that grass. Ah, Murderdactyl. Chain Chomp.
And Chain Chomp. Chain Chomp and poaching in the middle of the Light World. Oh no.
Not a fairy. This is too much.
And just for good measure, a fire bar in the middle of nowhere.
My favorite is when you go through like a screen transition and you're met immediately by a roller that you can barely react to.
Oh, yeah.
And which is even more funny when you're like fake flippering and all of a sudden a roller spawns literally on top of you and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I think I saw someone playing there's an Triforce piece in the Uncle chest. I saw a runner do a GT with a roller in the second torches room and a Wallmaster.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I can only assume that they got knocked into the hole and then the Wallmaster took them later. Yeah, werfjig does have to be a little bit careful. There are still enemies that could take him out right here. Especially that Hinox that can do like 3 hearts of damage.
Yeah, as you're getting hits 12, so we're tied up.
There was a Sword and Mire Shed that werfjig hasn't gotten yet.
Right.
Sure.
Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, Azure has done Hype Cave. Okay. Is he gonna turn it? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna turn in the Smith. I don't think there was anything behind that.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this game is there is a lot at stake here. With Tam taking game 1 over Aussie, their first matchup. Before this week started, there was a 4-way tie for second.
Yes.
And, if werfjig and Digicheck Boot could take a 2-0 this week, that would really shake things up in the standings.
Yeah, it really would. I mean, Shackle's J-Game with a 2-game lead going into this week, 6-point lead above those second-place teams. Still going to be in really good shape, even if they lose both of these. But does certainly make things a lot more interesting, a lot more crowded. And I believe all those other second-place teams are all playing each other this week, so certainly going to be an interesting to see how it shakes down after the week is over in this division.
Yeah, and my team, we're taking on one of the other second-place tie teams, the Double Dippers. We're racing Friday and Saturday, so yep, should be interesting at the end of this week.
Well, I'll wish a non-Triforce hunt on you then.
Thank you, please. Thank you. It's just perfect that the week with a four-way tie for second, we get mystery, which you never know what you're gonna get.
No, we've seen a lot of very interesting mystery seeds this past week. So, okay, werfjig is on the pyramid and finds a bottle.
It's our first bottle.
Yeah, you could turn that in for sick kids, so might as well grab it.
Ooh, nice half magic here in the second treasure chest. We already did see that on werfjig's side, but I missed it. So now I'm calling it again.
Well, that's what happens when you have runners in completely different new places, and I believe they were in different new places at that moment. So. Yeah, looks like we get ooh, there's that roller for you. The whole Turtle Rock Randomizer setup over here in the light world. A roller, a chain chomp, a pokey. You know, why not?
that's a funny place for that guy. Can't even dash up. So yeah, now comes the interesting part because both players are really knocking out all the overworld checks because they're checks you're gonna do no matter what. Like, there's no reason not to do them. The real question does come down to when you start diving more dungeons.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how far you want to go into those dungeons.
Okay, and as you're gonna do some more Death Mountain stuff, a lot of value potentially here.
Yeah, he can cross over here at the top, drop down, hit the portal with the mitts, and then be able to check Paradox Cave, Spiral Cave, etc. A lot of potential items up here, and I don't think werfjig has not been up here at all.
No.
Maybe hoping to find that hammer first, just so he can include a trip into Tower of Hera as well.
And we see a piece in pod,
which makes this dungeon entirely bow-locked.
Yep. And, I mean, he could mimic clip, I suppose, but looks like he's not going to go for that. Doesn't have a potion glitch.
Yeah, choosing to not even go back and dip into Eastern at the time, either. But what if that bow's in Eastern?
Yeah, and what if there are no Triforce pieces behind it?
What if?
A lot of what ifs. Oh, gross.
It's fine. He's got a boomerang. You just boomerang the Hinoxes and then drop a bomb next to him.
Oh, there you go. He's got 8 bombs.
Blue mail's nice to find as well.
Yeah. But you get 2 Triforce pieces, so good value there. Or you can just use Quake on them.
That works too.
Good knowledge.
You got half magic. Might as well. Well, currently, azder with a 1 Triforce piece lead.
And misses the bomb jump.
And a missed bomb jump.
Yeah.
Wanting to go up and check that Spiral Cave. Gonna either go around or maybe say, nah.
I'm surprised he doesn't skip it. Knowing the way he is, it's a skip he makes all the time in a regular seed, so I'm a little surprised he's gonna go for it here.
There is also the floating island, which he has access to, so
there's
2 items up there, so maybe that's a little bit more better. More better. We also have a vanilla mushroom, so vanilla mushroom in the mushroom spot. You know what? I didn't even realize that we still have. Well, we have the back of Escape. Yeah, we haven't seen that.
Right.
We did see the front. Now the Triforce piece.
Oh, we're gonna do a laser bridge.
Oh,
that's interesting. That's 4 items, and he's got the boots for the laser skips.
Just watch it be all dungeon items.
Well, it's a start of a dungeon item. But nope, there's a Triforce.
Ah, this is a good play. This is also a play that people that don't play inverted very often will forget exists. Have a little bit of trouble with this dash turn.
2 small keys. And a map. So half dungeon items, half Triforce pieces. Can't go any further.
Not the worst.
I do feel like Azur's gotten more Triforce pieces in more unique places.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like him getting to the places that werfjig has gotten to is a little more likely. He's got one more piece, though. Okay, now they're tied again.
And a fairy in a bottle. I was curious. I mean, I know that werfjig's gonna go back out this exit to check the sanctuary chest, but I don't think they checked King's Tomb. So unless they're gonna grab that and keep going east to go turn in the mushroom, that makes sense. Okay.
I don't know where Azur's headed now, because I thought he did all of Kakariko.
Oh my gosh, Tracy, we're all tied up.
Again.
How do you think this is gonna finish out?
I don't know. Oh, he's headed to the Lost Woods. I guess he did not see these earlier.
He's gonna get his mushroom. I don't remember what was in the drop down, but okay, well,
A Triforce piece. There you go.
see a King's Tomb, I guess. I don't think he went in there. I could be wrong, but I don't think he did.
He might route this to Bonk Rocks over to King's Tomb after grabbing that mushroom. And then maybe into Back of Escape. Does grab the mushroom.
What are we gonna find here? Then where are we gonna go?
A Triforce piece. Okay. So, this could be a nice route for Azder, because we know Bonk Rocks has one, and we have not seen King's Tomb, but no point in checking the Lumberjack, because you're not going to do Aga just for a Triforce piece.
No catfish? What? Did we already catfish? Here. Oh, he's going back. Okay. I'm so confused. Well, based on how many Triforce pieces we have so far, I have a good feeling that we probably are not going to be seeing a GT play.
No, I don't think so. Well, I think that if Azure just picks up the ones that werfjig already has, he should be able to finish this out pretty easily if he gets to those locations. It's going to be a little bit harder for werfjig to get to the ones that Azure's gone. I don't think he's going into Thieves Town, but again, I don't know that he's going to think to do Turtle Rock. He never got to... he never thought to go to Misery Mire area. But you never know.
Yeah, I never know. We're kind of running out of good play. Well, here's a good play.
Yeah, he's going to the mountain.
Now,
Gonna rescue the old man. I actually didn't do that.
Bit of a risk. I think he's saying
yeah,
that.
I don't do this. Yeah, no. Especially in an Randomizer in the dark, you don't know what enemies are replacing those bats and stuff.
Yeah, it's especially because if you grab the old man, then you're locked in until you save him. That just is not worth the risk.
No.
In an Randomizer seed.
Okay, we're gonna see King's Tomb now. Heart container.
Okay. Well.
And I like the way Azur's riding this. He's gonna probably take this and finish this off at Why are we going to Aga?
I don't know.
like these are keys.
This is a misplay right here.
Yeah, these are not. This is not going to get you a Triforce piece. Yeah, that's just going to be a key. He's just checking the one chest, but this is not, without it being any kind of key sanity. You're not going to find anything there. And it looks like he realizes it and leaves, so that's good.
Whoops. Now the other question is, I mean, can we have a 0 crystal GT entry in Triforce Hunt?
I don't know.
I'll check the weights. Chat, don't say anything. I'm checking. Checking. No, 0%. Never.
Aww.
Well, there goes my smile. Alright, well, this is interesting. So, werfjig has that knowledge of Pod being completely bow-locked. Decided not to go to Eastern either. But the way this is going, it looks like we are going to have to dive into some dungeons.
Yeah.
Couple more.
So
I think we do have access to Mire as well. There's probably a hammer in there.
As you're thinking about it, where are you gonna go?
This is the fun part of Records Hunt. Like, where do I go? What's the good play here? And checkerboard Agnes Cave is looking like the fun.
Oh, and there's one sitting on the ledge, which you can't get without the boot. Without the book. Normally, you would just flute to 6 and do a mirror, and you're not can't do that here.
Yeah, one of the small changes that you don't really think about until you play inverted. Like, the only way you can get into Hera is with a hammer. The only way you can get into Desert is with the book.
Okay, this is really dark.
Probably one of my least favorite items, just because every time I find it, there's nothing on the tablets, and I'm like, oh, I've wasted my time.
Oh, Agina has a Triforce.
We are 8 Triforce pieces away.
On both sides.
Yeah, this is getting exciting.
Well, let's see if Azder's going to route over to escape. We know there's several there.
I'm so gosh dang excited to see where these last 8 Triforce pieces are. I'm not even lying. I am being very truthful right now. I would never lie to you, Tracy.
Oh, okay.
Now, Twitch chat, I would lie to, but I would never lie to you. I might be lying.
Okay, let's see if Azder heads to escape and maybe over to Pod Eastern. Yeah, this is the escape play.
Yeah, and there
were a few in escape.
Mm-hmm. There was one at the secret passageway chest,
which is what we're going to see first. Oh no, he's going to do the pyramid first and grab that bottle. That's really smart play there. Of course, he was hoping for something else, but
something better.
Maybe Sick Kid has a Triforce piece for us.
Oh, that was what was up on Floating Island. The blue boomerang, okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get that.
We didn't see Spiral Cave. We know there was a Triforce piece in the back of Turtle Rock. But who knows? Maybe we'll find that hammer. Or the hook shot. Or something to open up some more options. Like a Cane of Samaria, maybe. I don't know.
Or
it's a bug net. Never mind.
Not gonna do much with that. And I figure Azder maybe heads over to Pod Eastern. He's gotten really good at that mimic clip, so we might see more Pod from him without the bow.
I'd like to see that. I mean, there are 5 items in Pod, so I think that's a decent play. We're just gonna go back for the old man.
I still don't like this. I mean, probably not going to be going back up to the mountain for anything at this point, so the save quit spot doesn't really do much for you. Plus, you've got a flute to get up there, so there's really no reason to do this.
Yeah, I think, given that it's Triforce Hunt, this is a very slow play because saving the old man in inverted is awful, just because you have to go back all the way up, go through the portal, drop down. It's just... And it's not in logic, so it's not like it's going to potentially lead to, a useful progression item like the hammer or Samaria. I mean, it could, but I doubt it.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, this is just time you don't have to spend right now.
Right, exactly. And thankfully we have that mirror, because Azder's sitting there with a fairy in a bottle.
That's a fun one to forget about.
I think this was the other Triforce piece. Nope, it wasn't. Okay. And that's it for Escape for Azder. We'll see if he heads over to Pod Eastern. I feel like that's where you got to go. Oh, did Azder get that one that's sitting there on the Spec Rock? Probably not.
You need the hammer to get that one?
Need the hammer, gotcha. Oh, and it was a Triforce piece on the old man. Okay, so at least it was worth. He spent all that time, did get the Triforce piece.
So, okay, we know about that one. We know about the one in the first chest of Pod. There's one on Laser Bridge. There was one in the back of Thieves.
There's one in here that Azder's about to get. And there's one at the front of first chest Pod. We'll see if Eastern has anything.
Maybe there's one here in Spectacle Rock.
Nope, just art container.
I don't think we've seen Sick Kid from either player.
I don't believe we have.
Okay, what's next? I'd like to see... I'm surprised that werfjig has not gone to the mire area yet.
Yeah, I am too.
There we go.
There it is.
Whee!
Azder's going to Eastern. So these will all be new checks for us.
Finally! Jeez. I'm so excited.
And he can also go into pod from here, which will be nice. So we'll be able to get that one piece that werfjig got there.
I'm still wondering where our next, like, progression is.
Yeah, we haven't seen any kind of new item in a while.
Alright, not going into mire, but werfjig is going to get the heart piece, or the Triforce piece. Wasn't there a Triforce piece at Agonist Cave?
Yeah, there was.
So 5 more to go, and this is getting pretty close. It's getting pretty close. Alright, coming up on chest number 3 here in Eastern. So far we've got a big key and a heart piece. There's still 2 items available in here, and we have access to all but 1 chest in logic. So we do have the fire rod to get to the back.
Right, because we don't
get Samaria. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that opens up stuff in Turtle Rock.
I mean, there are, what, 5 items in T-Rock, and we've seen only 1 of them so far on Laser Bridge.
Yep. There's one on the big chest for Azder.
Well, that's all 3 items, so...
So he's mirroring out, which is smart. Now, if he leaves and mirrors, he should be able to get one in pod. Or not. Nice crab drop. Okay,
he's 10 rupees short. He was trying to see what the final prize of the bush crab was.
Gotcha.
Oh, you know what's even worse is there's, free money in Eastern, too.
Yeah, he could have grabbed that. And even if he, of course, you have to go through the dark room, but
yeah,
so
but
he's not going to do.
Torches with the.
Yep. Not going to do pod.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's something that didn't come. It was a little too late. It was like, I already mirrored. Oh, it's over.
Okay, werfjig in the meantime is going to head over to Thieves Town, so we'll get a piece out of this.
So this will be, the Turtle Rock play then.
Yep, I like this.
So yeah, because I've inverted, the East Death Mountain drops and stuff are shuffled a little bit. Does not have bombos, so can't do that.
So he can't
take that portal either because he doesn't have the hammer. So he has to drop down, take that portal, climb up through Paradox Cave, and then drop down to either Spiral Cave or Mimic Cave to mirror to get to the halfway point of T-Rock. I still don't think we're going to be seeing GT.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's going to happen. There's
5 pieces left.
Get 3 crystals to unlock it at minimum. It might even be like 7 crystal required to get into GT, so it's not happening. But yeah, the interesting thing is we could, especially with Samaria, you could even break into Ice Palace, do some icebreaker shenanigans.
Yep.
Okay. So picking this side means
he doesn't have the big key yet, so this makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. And he doesn't have the hammer, so not even worried about Mimic Cave.
Ironically, Turtle Rock potentially gets easier in Randomizer since, like we had Moldorms instead of Pokies, Moldorm's not usually your favorite enemy, but, instead of Pokies, yeah, I'll take that.
And the other thing is we didn't see Blind on Azder's side because he unfortunately died in the previous room. So this might be another Triforce piece or even progression here.
Or it might just be a waste of time. Let's see.
Yeah.
It could be a compass.
Ah.
There's the big key in the vanilla location. So that means that Azure will be able to mirror out of here and then check the big chest when he's done with these upper chests. That works out really well for him.
Yeah, he basically has access to all of this dungeon except for Trinex, just because of being able to go backwards through all these rooms.
And the fun part about this, like this key door, he doesn't waste a key opening that, because when you're coming from below, it does not actually use the key on you.
Oh no, the Hinox having a little fun there.
Oh my god.
Oh baby, more Hinoxes.
They're everywhere. I think I'd rather have pokies, especially with the fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
An extra chain jump. And a little spike spot. What are those? Those little spark guys just kind of floating there in the middle.
It's just hanging out.
Small key. 2 more checks you can do on the right side here.
We are gonna see a purple chest from Werf. Yeah, probably gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna have to walk that one all the way down. So another slow check on Werf's side. So hopefully it pays off for him, like saving the old man did. We are on the hunt for 4 more Triforce pieces on werfjig's side, and 5 more on Azer's side. So this is getting tense. This is coming down to the wire. What is he doing?
Oh, he's and not having rollers in this room is really nice. And unfortunately, Turtle Rock a bust.
Yeah, so
We'll
far
see
we
if the
still
big chest
have
says anything.
big chest and- ooh, okay. Well, looks like we're heading back to Pod Eastern then.
Yeah, I think so.
Big play. And the thing is, we had access to that before we even got into the light world.
Okay, 1 more check in TR for Azure. Unfortunately, the big chest not giving him a Triforce piece. The cane, unfortunately, unless there's something here, is going to end up being bait for Azure. Oh, but he gets one. Okay, so not complete bait.
I don't know if the time investment was worth it for one, but
yeah, maybe not.
Triforce hunt.
Gonna do Spiral Cave. I don't believe we saw one here on werfjig's side. I think he did this before.
Yeah, I think this was the Bugnet, I think.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
So we're gonna get that Cane of Samaria. Well, depending if he does Eastern before Pod. And yeah, there was one in the big chest. So with 4 items remaining in Palace of Darkness, we might see our last Triforce pieces in there, maybe.
Maybe.
But you know, much like T-Rock, Pod is kind of can also be a bit of a sink. You know, there's a lot of items in there, but there's also a lot of dungeon items in there.
Okay, what are you gonna do next, Azder? Could get a Mire play.
This is the tough part when you're like, I have access to Mire. There's 2 items I could potentially get in there.
Yeah, it's tough. Only 2 items.
Ice Palace. Do purple chest. I don't even know if. Oh no, we did see the Smith turn in from Azder. So
yes, we did. We're gonna get the Mire play.
yeah,
Oh my god.
Running out of good checks. Double Lionel, double Pokey with the skull block in there.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
And no hook shot means
This
bonking
is
across here is kind of not fun. And yeah, I don't think the only thing you could do would be what? Master Sword spins? Do
maybe.
anything?
Oh my god, that's so bad. Now, good news for Azure, that cane probably sends werfjig up to Turtle Rock, but maybe not till after Pod, so we'll see.
Yeah, it is. Now that I think about it, it is kind of interesting that werfjig didn't stick around in Pod, despite it being Randomizer and still having access to the bow side. So you know, doesn't actually need a bow at all.
Yeah, we need a bow to get to Helmasaur does not need a bow to get to anything else because the locked rooms will never have mimics in them.
Yeah, now I'm just curious why.
Oh, that's a bad death. Oh, he's got a fairy. Never mind.
You never think that you'd ever die to an octo balloon.
They're in one place in the regular game.
This happens.
And Azra's still sitting at 102 rupees. Sadly.
Yeah, he needs to find some dollar it is if he wants to put that pod play in as a possibility. 4 Triforce pieces on the right. We got a shovel on the left. On the right. Three items remaining here in pod. Gonna have to mirror out. Will we find our remaining Triforce pieces in here, or will we have to dive into another dungeon? How is this going
Stay tuned. And just arrows. So far, Misery Mire not exactly paying out for Azder here.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the second item could be on Vidi, and that's a bit of a lengthy play to go for. Also, are we gonna get a hammer here in pod? Because that'd be funny.
And more dark rooms. Okay, not so bad with the fire rod.
There is the big key. Still looking. Also the big key. So we have what? The big chest, cutscene chest, and then Vidi left over on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Azder definitely hoping to find that second item right here. Oof, nope, that is a small key, and that is a... nope.
He's out.
There's a there's a thief in the dark.
Yeah, we're all in on these dark rooms. As you've done this already. Or maybe he's trying to get money. He gets money.
That works.
Yeah, you know, never thought about getting money that way, but it can work. He did get the money he needs, so maybe this will be the pod play. Go back there.
Oh, I'm guessing this wasn't a hammer jump on werfjig's side then. So I'm just curious, like, what... I don't know how to do the dark room in pod from the top, so I always hammer jump, no matter what.
Nice. I just pull up a map, so it doesn't matter which side I'm on.
werfjig not having any luck in that dark maze, gonna say, nope. Try this again. Go for the hammer jump.
And for what it's worth, it's a pendant dungeon. Notice our tracker never marked the pendants and crystals. I don't think anyone's ever... No, somebody... I think Azder checked the map super early. But here, it just doesn't matter. Triforce and we just don't care.
If it was like, you need 50 Triforce pieces, then I'd say we'd care. But we don't care. Trying to set up this hammer jump when you have a minimal run right in your face. You can't trust those things. They never know what they're going to do. But yeah, these are going to be the last 2 checks on werfjig's side. Or booking it on out of here. And then the question is, where to next? A little bit of trouble with this hammer jump setup. Allowing Azder to catch up a little bit. We did get the shovel that was over here, so I'm assuming we'll see that next on werfjig's side, but...
Yeah, probably.
Nothing else. No Triforce pieces.
Azder gonna have to be a little bit careful here. These enemies will kill him. And he's used that ferry up. I don't believe he's got another one.
Okay, that looks like the right initial lineup. Let's see if werfjig can get the second lineup. There it is. Okay. Whew.
And gets a Triforce piece in the big
It
chest.
was worth it. All right, now we just need another Triforce piece here, and then we're just one away from this race being over. And we can stop having to watch Triforce Hunt. I'm kidding. I'm joking. This is great. Yeah, this is a little scary, and we did see azder take a death earlier. Doesn't have that safety fairy anymore.
Yeah.
So gotta be extra careful here.
And of course now there's all the money. He'll be able to get the Triforce piece in the big chest so long as he survives to get there.
So if werfjig wants to finish out this race, all he's got left to do is ignore the shovel forever. Okay.
Well, there's two in Turtle Rock. There's two in Turtle Rock for him.
Mm-hmm. There was what? Crystal Roller Room and
on Laser Bridge.
So, I mean, what he could potentially do would be to mirror into Laser Bridge, get that one, and then go backwards through.
Yeah, he could do that.
The
dark room. Yeah, the dark room there is super easy going backwards. All you have to do is hold up.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna cast Quake in hopes that that'll help him get through this dungeon. Or sorry, this dark room.
Unfortunately, thieves are not having any of that. And all this work is just for a map, unfortunately, as well.
Yep.
Yeah, but we are tied up. Which is interesting. Let's see. We are going to get some water walk action.
Oh, there's one on Lake Hylia Island. That they could have scouted out a while ago.
I kind of wish he had checked waterfall first, because now he can't go back.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I disagree with that play right there, but because he could have gotten the 2 in waterfall and then could have gone back.
Yep.
Because he did just refill a heart container, so it's not like getting a heart in waterfall was going to ruin his water walk.
Oh, as you're going to bet on Ice Palace. Interesting.
All right. Now these, with the Icebreaker, it's 3 pretty quick checks in here.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, all werfjig needs is one more, and that shovel could be that answer that he's looking for.
And buy some bombs first.
Where's that last one gonna be? Sick Kid? Oh, it could be Sick Kid.
It'd be Sick Kid.
Is this it? Is this it right here? Is this the last one?
Nope. Oh my god, these rooms.
Isn't Randomizer wonderful?
Certainly is amusing, if nothing else.
Alright, is shovel our answer here?
Oh, that's 29 for azder.
And
that blue cane is certainly a nice item to pick up in Randomizer, but you only need one more Triforce piece. Each one of them just needs one more.
Wow, and the crazy thing is, unless azder dies right here, which he might because this room is awful in Ice Palace and Randomizer.
Yeah, that's a death.
That could have been his last one on the other side right there.
It could have been.
It's possible. Alright, where are we going, werfjig? Where are we going?
Oh, and the shame of it is azder's right by another piece that he's not going to get now. Oh, going for the old man rescue, which is a piece.
Okay.
Oh
wow, this is gonna be close then. This is literally going to come down to seconds. If
Hobo has one
here, or
yeah, if Hobo has one, then it's werfjig's. Yeah, if not, then azder. Assuming he survives pick and kill, man.
Or Waterfall has it.
That's true.
There it is. Wow. And that is go mode for werfjig. All he has to do is run to the castle and talk to what is his name?
I forget. Someone in chat tell us the name of the NPC.
It's a goofy one. I can't believe after all that it's gonna come down
Muradala.
to literal seconds here. Boy, I hope these runners had a really fun 55-minute race.
There's that one that just teases them.
That is gonna do it. That is a GG's for werfjig of Did You Check Your Boot? Gonna take this race in 2-0 for the week over the number one team in Team Misery or Division Misery Myers. So
yeah.
Really shaking up that leaderboard.
Finishing up with an official race time of 54:46. And Azure can finish this out because he's got his 30th Triforce piece, so you might as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately, without the hammer, there isn't really a convenient way to get back to the castle.
No, not at all. So unfortunate for Azure that his last piece was just so much further away from where he needed to be to get to the end.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. Like, the only way they really had access to a lot of the light world was from this portal. I'm curious where that hammer was, but not curious enough to find out.
No, I mean, we'll never know. And one of the parts that I think made the lack of money that Azure had to go to Pod the first time. You know he wanted to go in there. I think that played a role. Also, that the dip into Misery Mire. If he had avoided Misery Mire, that might have made a difference too.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's those two little factors. But you know, the Triforce Hunt is really an ultimate equalizer. Like, you get a Triforce Hunt, and I don't care what the execution difference is. It's just, you know, do you go to the right places at the right time? So
yep, it truly is. That, and including inverted as well, I think. It's just a big old grab bag, big old flip of the coin. But that's going to do it for these two runners. Let's see if we can get them in for a little chit-chat. If they want. I don't know. The thing is, what is there to talk about in Triforce?
I know, right?
Well, you see, I wanted to find the Triforce pieces. So I went for those, but I didn't find them very well. I don't know. It's kind of fun to come in and just chit-chat. I think the bot is still kind of doing things, so...
Okay, yeah. So let's see if we'll have to get someone from SG to help us out.
Hey, chat. In the meantime, what'd you think of that race? What do you think of Triforce Hunt? Is it good? You think it's a good mode? You want to see it for Season 4 of the League? The people that were involved in this particular race can't answer, though. Because you're biased. Also, anyone in this division can't talk. Because you're biased. So I can't talk. My opinions don't matter. Because I'm biased.
Yeah, we're working on it. We'll get these guys in. They both stated they're willing to come in for an interview, so we're working on it. Meantime, I can talk about the schedule that's coming up. We do have 2 more races tonight. One that should be starting any moment, I believe. 5:30 is the start time, which is unusual with the delay. So they're actually starting at 5:20. Okay, so at 5:30 we'll have 2 Pearl, 2 Furious versus Team Jaime, Scary Owl versus Ravis on SpeedGaming 2. And then 8:10 we'll have Waffle House Drive-Thru versus Fendrano Drifters, Matt7898 versus Frostbite. That one's particularly interesting because that does involve our one remaining undefeated team in the league. see if they get a Triforce hunt.
Yeah, right. Imagine being undefeated. That's gnarly. 8 in a row. Let's see if they go 10 in a row. Well, we do have Azder. We'll bring him in.
Hey, Azder. Not what you were practicing, not what you were expecting. And just like Asi, another Triforce hunt.
10%.
10. I think the 10% has to be in quotations.
I know.
It has
I've seen too many of them. And GG's to werfjig, our winner, also joining us.
Thanks, GG.
GG. I go to save time if I'd taken some of my deaths earlier.
Yeah.
I think that, honestly, the two factors for you, Azder, were not having the money to go to pod the first time when you wanted to. And then the Meyer dip hurt you, because you didn't get anything out of that.
Yeah, that Meyer dip was, like, really sketchy with without any form of key sanity. But I was, like, real hard up on cash, and it was just like, maybe I'll get some. And by real hard up, I mean I was, like, short by 10 rupees for, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah, for a long time. Nothing was dropping rupees for you.
Ouch.
Did you did you go back to chess game to get rupees? Is that what that was?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it worked. Like, at first I'm like, wait, you've already been here. I'm like, oh, maybe he's trying to get money. And you open the chest, and sure enough, 100 rupees.
Oh,
Well,
this was...
you didn't miss out on anything dying before blind, because blind just had a compass.
Oh, yeah, I was having trouble counting, because I don't think I knew yet. Oh no, I knew it was... Yeah, I knew none of the dungeon items were wild, but I was not doing a good job of counting at all. Oh, I had the big chest. Inaccessible.
I think
So that's my
it was still
excuse.
50-50.
Yeah, so it would have been, I think it was a 50-50 whether it was an item or not on blind.
I was wondering, or if you dipped into pod, got the Triforce piece, but then bailed and didn't even go into Eastern. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, well, first of all, everything was chaos. Because I don't think I'd ever played a Triforce hunt before this, and you're throwing on
again.
inverted on top of that. And so I thought about going into Eastern, but I forgot the Randomizer part where you don't need a bow to full clear it except for, well, actually at all.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But once I found that bow, I'm like, let's go. And then I walked in and I was like, oh yeah, I never needed this in the first place.
Yeah, it was not helpful.
Right. Didn't need that bow at all.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you could have had an easier time killing the Armos Knights had you decided to do so, but I don't know. I think we saw all three
Armos
items.
didn't have
So.
an item.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't think they had an item at that
we
point.
found three.
Yeah, like
or-
it was a God Eastern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very nice. Of course, every time you forget, or every time you like just leave a boss, because I'm not sure if you map checked, but I never map checked. So the whole time, like, I wonder if this is green pendant.
We saw one map check in the Dark World between the two of you, and that was it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was Skull.
I think
and
Azure did at the very
Dark
beginning.
World Pendants, but we never saw Light World, I don't think.
And you only
Yeah.
killed one boss between the two of you, so, you know.
Yep,
I'm
unfortunately. for
assuming
nothing.
you guys both got items out of the front of Skullwoods, right? 2 items
Yep.
in the front? Okay.
Yeah, I
I
was-
don't remember.
My Skullwoods routing was so at that point in time, I didn't know if anything was wild. And
Right.
also at that point in time, I thought that it was entrance randomizer because the text scrolling at the front of the screen.
Yep, we saw that.
Normally it's like if it says 7 crystals, then it's
Yeah,
entrance in my head.
So apparently, if you see this number 7 there, it's either entrance or inverted.
So
It's one of the two. I
I
learned
do-
that this morning, so
yeah,
don't feel bad for not knowing that.
The intro
Ideally-
text also just says inverted randomizer at the
yeah.
start. So I just saw that and I ignored the rest.
But ideally, my plan was to go to Skullwoods and farm bombs for Hype Cave, but I knew where they were. I just didn't trust that I can just drop down there and get it because I thought it would throw me somewhere random in the dungeon. So
Oh, gotcha.
Gotcha.
That actually worked out because Azure had gone into Thieves early, had the mirrors, so farming bombs
Very quickly farm those
lickety
bombs.
split
oh wow,
over the death warps over and over, but at the end of it, didn't matter.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
I mean, it didn't matter because Triforce Hunt.
Because Triforce Hunt, and
Because Triforce Hunt.
we saw 2 trips to T-Rock on Azder's side for, I think, 2 pieces total.
Yep.
We saw
You
Myers
both
for
rescued the
10
old man.
arrows.
Oh my goodness! I didn't
dark.
even realize that Turtle Rock was accessible.
Yeah,
I assumed that the hammer was needed. I don't play a lot of inverted.
there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Uncompleted
Yep.
mode.
I was ready
And
for
then-
inverted. I just wasn't ready for inverted Triforce.
Yeah, and it was unfortunate that you took that death in ice because, you know, with the Icebreaker in hand, you could have got that Triforce piece could have been right there in the vanilla big key
Yeah,
chest.
we just don't know.
We
I
won't
also
see
could
that.
have. I don't know. If I died a bit earlier, I would have saved time. I don't know that there probably wasn't a Triforce piece in there
Yeah.
because there's only 3 items.
Yeah, it was. There was
that
one
first room
sitting.
was rough.
There was one sitting there on Lake Hylia Island, and there was one on the hobo, right in the area you were. Of course, you didn't have flippers, so you would have had to get to a spot to fake flipper to or do a water walk to over those areas. But
It was a mess, and like when I was in the area, I felt like all the things in that area were too slow.
mhm.
Yeah, I
And the light
didn't
rolls.
realize when I hopped onto the island that I only had 1 bomb. So I was like, give me that Triforce piece. But my plan was to do, hobo into.
Oh,
the
you're gonna do
waterfall.
an Ancilla fake flipper.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, I could just pop up and grab this real quick, and then it's like I don't have the resources.
I was
So-
kind of wondering why you didn't do like waterfall first while you still had water walk. But it didn't matter. But
Yeah.
it worked out.
Yeah.
And then literally there was y'all needed 1 each, and it was like, okay, either it's gonna be on hobo, or Azur's gonna get his last one from saving the old man, and then
That
we
was the
realized there
end,
was
yeah.
a lot more time getting to the castle.
From the old man.
the Village of Outcast portal. So
Yeah, my heart was pumping because I had to fake flipper past that snake, and I was terrified I was going to take a fake flipper 1-hit KO,
Mhm.
and then that was going to be the difference. But
Could have been.
yeah, it could have been.
strive %, anything can happen.
And I was also hoping that Sick Kid or Shovel would bail me out, so I wouldn't have to go back there.
Yeah, I mean the blue cane on the shovel would have been really nice to have early. By the time you got it, didn't do much for you.
I'm sure one of my teammates was like, "Why are you picking that up?"
Because it's Randomizer
never
and still need a Triforce piece.
Yeah, I had a very nasty pod due to those the thieves in there. They knocked me off course, and I didn't know where I was.
Oh, the Dark Maze, yeah,
So,
that was tough.
yeah.
Because like, there's no real easy way to get rid of them. Because like the medallions don't work unless I don't think that any of them work. So the only way you can take them out is with a sword. But they're bouncing you around, then you can easily lose track of where you are.
I was kind of thankful they were there because I was on half a heart.
At least they won't
Yeah.
kill you.
That was scary. I think we saw the pause buffer come out in that turtle room.
Yeah,
There
that
There
was.
was like a red Igor coming for you. I was like, ooh.
I'm really.
And
I'm
you don't
really
use
happy
that
about
fairy.
That one. That was good.
Random question: was the audio ever on my?
It was at the beginning, but now I think it was on Azure for the rest.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think our tracker switched it at some point. I mean, we're supposed to put it on the player in the lead, but at no point could we tell
I
it was
think it
actually
switched
in the lead.
because I had a lot of double heart peeps going on.
Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah, I think
until
that might be
and
why
then
you
I
changed
mentioned
it.
and then it immediately changed after I mentioned it. So.
So Azure just does the vanilla heartbeat, so at least it's a little bit better.
Actually, the half heart beeps annoy me more than the vanilla ones because it sounds like someone is just select buffering constantly.
Huh.
It's like it's at the exact rhythm of that.
I mean, just don't take damage. Easy as that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, I mean, you also do a lot of vanilla categories, so maybe keeping the beeps the same makes sense too.
Yeah, I'm more used to it that way.
Well, GG's to both of you. That was a race to watch.
I feel cheated out of like racing a fun mode.
I mean, I guess that's fair. We got inverted. We got something
Yeah.
strange.
That like I would have
Inverted
preferred-
Randomizer.
I would have routed that Triforce Hunt a lot better if it wasn't inverted.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah,
same.
Inverted is really hard to route efficiently, in my opinion. Especially once you get to the light world, it's like, okay, where do I go?
Well,
Yeah.
especially without a hammer and only one dark world portal or
Yeah,
light world portal.
I was practicing inverted, like I did in Ambrosia, this morning or yesterday or something. And I felt okay about inverted routing as far as like completing dungeons and stuff. But as far as this was just a mess. It's like, what can I get to
Well,
the most dense area quickly? I have to walk.
yeah, and that's the thing is,
Okay.
like, with Triforce, you're trying to do always the fastest checks first. But in inverted, everything just, especially like East Death Mountain, everything just feels sluggish, slow. Saving the Old Man is slow. Getting up to Dark Death Mountain is slow. Doing any light world traversal feels really slow. So
I was so annoyed that I found Kena Samaria like right after I decided to go to Death Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still wondering where that hammer was, but I guess we'll never know.
We'll never
Where's the
ever
bow?
know.
I didn't find that.
The bow is
Purple
on
chest.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of doing it, but I didn't want to walk with it.
Yeah, I grabbed it and I immediately started dashing, and I realized it's like, oh, I can't do that.
That's not gonna work.
It's not a thing.
Not gonna
Oh,
work in inverted.
Floating to 6 is the solution, but like, I don't know.
That's
I
still
should have
slow.
I should have floated to 6 at the end. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, go to the castle. That's super simple. Just like float to 4, and no, that doesn't work.
Oh yeah, you can flute to 6, take the portal, and then just walk out the desert area.
Yeah, that like,
Probably
gives you
better.
Oh yeah, that is a lot
It's
better.
gotta be better. That's gotta be better because a lot of straight line.
I didn't even think
Cast
about
run.
that.
I like as soon as I like started going south of CAC, I knew I should have done that instead.
Mhm.
Oh well,
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
that didn't make the difference.
Yeah, I didn't see that as an option either, but like in my head, I should have done that after getting stranded on the island. But when I went back to Kakariko, I realized I still had a couple checks there, so that worked out. And then it let me buy bombs.
All right. Anything else either one of you guys want to add before we close this out?
Well,
You can be honest. It's fine.
well, this week sucked for us getting both races, Triforce hunts, and losing. And I just hope that all of the 5-3 teams destroy each other.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll destroy the other 5-3 team just for you, Esther. I'll put on my Brewers fan JP hat. And cool.
Yeah, I just I kind of agree with the sentiment with Azder. I feel like it would have been more interesting.
But
But
I know this was told to me in secret, but Fear Agent specifically told me not to tell anyone that Triforce Sun is not coming back next season. But don't tell him I told you.
all right, I won't tell anyone.
Don't tell him.
Okay,
Don't tell anyone, chat.
all right,
Do it.
I will just hold for hope. But yeah, GG's. Thanks for the broadcast and the commentary and trackers doing their stuff.
Not stuff. They didn't have to do anything this time.
GG's.
GG
Great.
boys. All right, so yeah, definitely thanks to our tracker 2D Tones who did click some buttons. I still don't know who has crystals or pendants, and still don't care. And thanks to Willow J. Bradley for joining me. That was a lot of fun.
It was a good time.
Always good to have you on comms with me. Thanks to everybody at SpeedGaming and everybody running the league for putting all this together. And I believe the next race is starting in about 6 minutes. So head on over to SpeedGaming 2 and check out 2 Pearl, 2 Furious versus Team Jaime, Scary Owl versus Ravis. That should be a good one as well. Let's hope for. I'm a little biased. I'm hoping for not a Triforce hunt. So see you all over there.